Welcome back, Village of Hazelcrest residents. Gwen Gray here. I am at Hillcrest High School in Country Club Hills. We are actually here to shed some light or bring awareness to a wonderful program here at Hillcrest High School that I understand has been in existence for a little while, but the Village of Hazelcrest is now partnering with Hillcrest High School and the Business Professionals of America Club, if you would. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but we've got Irma Holloway here, who is actually president of the Village of Hazelcrest Chamber of Commerce. And Irma, kind of tell us a little bit about this partnership and how it came about.
Actually, we have had great relationships with the principal here and the staff, and our village president has cultivated that over a period of time. And so because it's one of our missions to not only incorporate and embrace our community business owners, but our youth as well, it has been a great desire of ours to just continue that effort and embrace our youth.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, Irma mentioned actually the president of Hazelcrest, Bernard Alsbury Jr. And Mr. President, why don't you tell us a little bit about, what your vision is with the partnership with Hillcrest?
Well, with the young business professionals, we're looking to get them involved not only with their school for us a program, but also with the businesses within our community, so they can have real life experience in the business world. And so I'm excited about the program. I received an email maybe a couple of months ago introducing me to the program from their president, and just mentioning that he would like to be more involved, or the organization itself would like to be more involved in the community to promote their program, and also see how we could support them in any kind of way we could.
Wonderful.
And so with that, that brings us to the table together today.
Awesome. And I think it's really important, of course. As a matter of fact, I know it's really important because Hazelcrest resident students are students here at Hillcrest High School. So we do have a vested interest. And having said that, we have a show of solidarity here. We have Dr. Bill Kendall, who's the superintendent of Bremen High School District 228. Welcome, Dr. Kendall.
Thank you.
All right, why don't you tell us a little bit about your feel or your take on this partnership?
Well, I think we've come to a point in education where we want our students to leave us with a great future. There was so much focus on No Child Left Behind and test scores, which is one thing, but we want them to be successful in the real world. So these real world opportunities are just wonderful, and I'm just so excited of the partnership that we have with Hazelcrest, and I'm really proud of our students because they're just wonderful people.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Kendall. We also have Dr. Renee Sims, principal here at Hillcrest High School. Dr. Sims, welcome. Thanks so much for being with us. Now, Dr. Kendall just talked a little bit about that real-world experience that he envisions for these students that are a part of this program to have. Tell us why that's important.
Well, it's important because, as you know, all of our students may or may not go to college. Having the exposure to businesses gives them an opportunity to learn firsthand what it's really like in a career world. They also learn at that point sometimes that school is necessary, college is necessary, and so where they may not think it initially, they get that experience from other individuals outside of teachers and parents sometimes that they don't listen to. And so that's a great way for them to hear the message that we are also always trying to instill in them.
Wonderful. Is it ever too early or is it ever
Never
too late?
too early.
Okay.
Never too early, never too late.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
the feedback.
Pleasure.
Last but by no means least, we have Mr. Dave Brayton. Mr. Brayton is actually a teacher here at Hillcrest High School, has been here for more than 3 decades.
Correct.
I think that speaks to tremendous dedication. But Mr. Brayton is also the sponsor of the BPA program here at Hillcrest High School. Dive right in. Tell us what your vision is, what you look to see.
Simply, our vision is to be the best and to teach business skills not only in the classroom but outside, as Dr. Kendall and Dr. Sims has mentioned, but get real life experience. This is my first year with the program. I started recruiting last year, so the majority of my students are handpicked. To my honor, the majority of the students are honor students and AP students, so that makes it very easy upon myself to organize different groups. We have a director of public relations, we have a marketing team, we have a director of charities, president, vice president, we have a photographer that's maybe not professional but excellent.
Okay.
So our main goal is to reach out to the community as a business. So, like President Pierre Tutson mentioned, this class, and one of our slogans is, this is not a class, it's turned into a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So the class, basically, the first few months has been a business. The marketing team is contacting different businesses, insurance companies, car agencies, banks for sponsorships. Our director of charities is hitting charities, Ronald McDonald's house, the Comar downtown. Anywhere that we can fit in, that we can help with events. We were involved with the breast awareness cancer, with the shirts. 9/11, we had a big event with ribbons that our students made themselves. And the nice thing about all this is the students do all this on their own.
Mm-hmm.
We have director of public relations. Her emails are contacting all the mayors, the principals. We're trying to put together, I have to step back and go through the proper protocol, but we want to put together a peace walk to demonstrate our unity between the four high schools and how we can represent all four communities as one. So that's something that we're trying to put together.
Mm-hmm.
We've discussed some issues and events of how we're going to do it, but that's one of our main goals.
Okay.
But it's having these students learn real life skills. There's deadlines, there's proper etiquette, the way you dress, the way you speak.
Absolutely.
We were at a leadership conference at the Odyssey Country Club with all the regional schools to kick off our competitive side.
Mm-hmm.
Because in our class, the big goal not only is getting jobs and doing what we're doing with sponsorships, is we compete at a regional, state, and national level in academic courses, finance, accounting, presentation, and so forth. So what was nice at the leadership conference, we were able to get a contact with one of our former students, Sadiq Mohammed, which is a national motivational, inspirational speaker, and he's a fitness director as well. And he was outstanding.
Wonderful.
And he's one of our own, and we were blessed to have our president introduce him. So we had a Hillcrest individual introducing the guest keynote speaker, and it was a Hillcrest graduate.
That is awesome.
So-
Let's go back a little bit, Dave. Now, you talked about, of course, this being your first year, being the sponsor of this program. Why do it? What motivated you? And then you talked about handpicking your cabinet, if you would. What does that entail? What's the criteria?
We want to put Hillcrest on the map. I've said this, going back to last December, I'm very proud to have been here teaching 32 years. I'm a co-chair. I want Hillcrest to be known as one of the best schools academically, athletically, more importantly, with this group in the business world.
Okay.
So when we go to state level, I want Hillcrest where people talk about a certain type of school. That's my vision.
Okay.
So I want to teach, train, get them in situations where they can believe that they're the best, they can perform well, and ultimately, when they come out of high school, go to college, be successful business CEOs or executives, or be successful in life.
Awesome. So how did you come up with your cabinet?
Very easily. They're mostly my former students. It's either students I've taught before that were my best students.
Okay.
I've taught everyone here except Lardell. Lardell, honestly, was advanced to the state. He was a regional winner in BPA. He was left over this is Lardell's second year.
Okay.
So when I found out, the first thing I looked at is which students were left from behind that placed at state.
Okay.
So I went and contacted those. So there was 3 students, and I went and recruited them.
Okay, gotcha. So it was recruiting, and
Well,
then okay.
everything here is
Okay.
recruiting. There's
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And if we want to be the best, you have to recruit the best.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know Lardell. Lardell is now involved with charities. He's on the phone with 10, 15 charities per class. I mean, literally talking to their head people. Crisis management groups, Ronald McDonald House, State Farm Insurance. We have a potential major sponsorship with them. But he's also involved with the other work program, FACTS. So he's our mediator between BPA and FACTS. So instead of us just doing things on our own, we're trying to incorporate both work programs to work together. For example, we want to do a toy drive. So we get both groups working together. It's teaching teamwork, how to work together, and two separate different, culinary arts and business. Well, we can make it work.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's my honor. It's a pleasure to have these students, and I love being part of Hillcrest.
Good. Now, before we move into our next segment, which is where we'll talk a little bit in depth with the cabinet, the students, can you talk about the sponsorships and what you look for in a sponsor? What does it entail? What are you looking for them to give, and what are you looking to gain out of that?
Well, it's various items. We try to contact as many companies, businesses, chambers, park districts in Hazelcrest, Country Club Hills, locally. It's not so much, obviously, we're looking for revenue.
Okay.
That's one of the main goals, but it's not the only goal.
Okay.
It's what can we do for them, more so what they can do for us. We would love to have the money aspect, so we can do more. But I also want our students, develop posters, emailing companies, promoting companies, advertising for them. So we're right now in the process. We've contacted the majority of companies in Hazelcrest and Country Club Hills, promoting our program and basically asking sponsorship-wise, or what can we do to be involved with your company?
Awesome.
So it's not just about the money. I want our students to know that we're here as a business.
That's right.
And sometimes as a business, you do charity things for other companies and
It's
you
a give
get
and
back.
take.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay.
So
That's
they're
understandable.
learning that as well.
Oh, good. That's good to know. We know there's the revenue side, of course, that, we'd love to have that revenue stream into the program. But then there's also that experience level where the students are concerned, just like you mentioned, helping with the advertising for certain companies. So that's kind of sort of like a pseudo internship, I guess, if
Yes.
you would. But it gives them the experience, of course, that they need from a business perspective.
Exactly.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you all, Dr. Sims, Dr. Kendall,
you.
President Alsbury, Ms. Holloway. Thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead and move into the next segment now. We'll kind of talk a little bit in depth with the students, and we're so excited about that. So let's do it. We're back. We're still at Hillcrest High School. We promised to bring you the second part of this segment, which is the Business Professionals of America program here at Hillcrest High School. And I think we're ready to kind of delve right in with the students here that are a part of this program. And these students are special, I guess, if you would, not to set them apart from anybody else, but because they are a part of the cabinet here. For the program, the BPA program. So I'm going to ask these wonderful young people to just introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about what they are doing, what their positions are, and we'll take it from there.
Hello, my name is Pierre Tutson, and I'm president of Hillcrest BPA. I'm a junior here. It's my first year in BPA. My vision for BPA is that full immersion into the business world. We're not a class, but an organization. This is a lifestyle that we want to incorporate within us and incorporate to other businesses. We worked with the Country Club Hills Chamber. We're working on partnering with the Hazelcrest Chamber, as you've heard earlier. Braden has opened up a lot of other discussions, but for now I'm going to give it to my man, Lardell.
Hello, I'm Lardell Clark. I'm the director of charities. This is my second year, and I'm a senior at Hillcrest High School. My vision as a director of charities, I really like to help people. I've always loved to help people, and I thought it was a great idea to be director of charities because I had so many ideas, so many things I wanted to do for the community. And as Pierre said, we wanted to partner with other businesses in other cities, their Chamber of Commerce, so we could do more. And the more we can do, the better for our community and other communities as well. And I would like to pass it on to Faith.
Good.
Hi, I'm Faith Durden. I am a senior here at Hillcrest High School. I am Director of Marketing and Field Trips. As of right now, I am in charge of a marketing team. We reach out to different businesses, organizations, and business owners to start partnerships, not just sponsorships. With our partnerships, we work along with them side by side. We gain experience for them, we work for them, and in turn, they help us. And this is Tia.
Hi, my name is Tia Pollard. I am the Director of Public Relations for our BPA class. Right now, I have had the honor to be able to contact mayors and principals and also city clerks from different villages and cities around us.
Okay, good, wonderful. Well, thank you all. Well, Dave, you know what? You've got some really,
This-
really bright students here.
They have a lot of great ideas, and it's, as you can see, they want to move.
They want to move. You know what? And before we move on, I want to sincerely apologize because in the earlier segment, I mentioned this as a club, and I stand corrected, so please accept my apology. I think Pierre kind of hit on that a little bit. He goes, well, this is not just your run-of-the-mill organization. I really appreciate that. So I stand corrected. My apologies to you. Let's talk a little bit about these particular students. We left the last segment talking about hand-picking, of course, the students that would be a part of this program. But now let's talk about these cabinet members and how they came to be in the positions that they are in.
Well, I had an idea, for example, having faith in Tia and Pierre. I knew that they're very intelligent, very bright, they're go-getters. So I already had an idea who would fit where, but we did have an election in class.
Okay.
You know, so everything kind of came into place where they
Voted.
voted. Faith is tremendous. She's everlasting and ever-ending in work. She's constantly contacting different businesses, talking to mayors. You know, along with Tia, it's, you know, not only are they gaining experience, but they're learning how to speak in the business world, and that's important.
That's very, very important.
And Lardell, our Director of Charities, in my opinion, may be the most important because, as Lardell mentioned, he loves helping people. And what better way to get exposure and recognition in the community is having our young youth, our students, help others. Obviously, you know, we need to raise revenues because we do compete. We go to the state, national level. The national level's in Orlando, so, you know, whatever revenue that we can make would help out. And the more involved we are in the community, even Chicagoland area, because a lot of the charities, the Ronald McDonald's House, he's contacted, you know, just from easy things of making cookies for them and different toy drives, different events. So Lardell, he's outstanding. But none of this works without a leader.
Absolutely.
And we have a tremendous leader. You know, Pierre, it puts everything together. He's involved with each group. Each group is involved with him. Him and Faith. To be very honest, we have 4 presidents.
Okay. Okay.
And the best part of this, they all accept their roles and they work together.
That's
You know,
so important. I think that's the first order of business.
And Pierre works very hard. He works we also have an office off campus, which not many other schools do. And him and the vice president, Rakib Yarrow, you know, they work very hard on their own, getting other ideas and doing a lot of contacts, you know, from the business office.
Awesome. Faith, what do you think about Pierre as president?
Well, I was one of his running mates. I ran against him for presidency. I've always stood by, I believe he'll be a great president, and he has. He honestly has. He's taken the initiative to go above and beyond, which when I actually took a step back and realized everything that goes with presidency, I said, I'm glad I did do it. I honestly love being director of marketing, so it fit in with what I wanted to do. And I love to be able to help him. Like, I realized that being president is great and all, you know, having that title and having, you know, you being that one person. I'm the president. but it's more than just what you want. You have a whole group of over 30 students looking at you. You have a lot of mayors, presidents. You have a lot of people that are looking at you and holding you to a standard. And it was a lot of pressure. And so I'm glad that he was able to take it and really strive with it and go forward. He hasn't let anything stop him.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, that's why she's director of marketing. She could actually have run your campaign for you, basically. That's wonderful. So, Tia, tell me, how did you become the director of PR? What was your interest in that?
My interest in that would be I like to write essays and letters.
Okay.
So I was thinking I would be able to be a good PR. I can formulate a very good letter to send out to the big businesses and the big mayors and also city clerks of different villages, cities.
That's good. That's good. So you're a good writer, obviously, right? And that's a huge part of PR, knowing, what to put out there, how to anticipate, certain or different reactions. And I think that's absolutely positively wonderful. So that means, that you actually have to work really closely with everybody, because even after Lardell makes those calls to the charities, if there's something, tangible that they need in terms of letters, I'm assuming he'll come to you. Is that right?
Yes.
Wonderful. So how did you get the wherewithal to get on the phone, call these big time charities, know who to ask for? Where'd you get all that from?
Well, as everybody who knows me, I love to talk, and I'm very good at it. And like I said, I like to help people. So I had this idea of, instead of doing, the usual email, as Tia said, she's great at writing, and that's a great thing to have. I thought, why didn't I talk to them personally on a personal level? Because that's what charities kind of come down to, that personal talk you have and that personal connection. Because charities, all in all, the sponsorship's great, and that's definitely something we want, but we also want to help. We want these other businesses to know that we're out here and we're willing to help you. Expand your business, we're willing to help you do whatever you need to do. And I thought of a great saying I learned when I was younger: if I scratch your back, I want you to scratch mine. And I use that every single day I call those businesses. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And I think that we help them to help us.
That's awesome. So tell me about some of your strategies in terms of when people tell you no. How do you overcome that?
Well, I overcome because I don't know what no means. They tell me no, and I simply say no in what regards. And if they tell me, oh, we cannot, we don't have anything for you to do, well, I say, I give them ideas on ways you can help. If they don't have an idea, I give them idea. If there's a roadblock, I pass the roadblock simply by any means necessary. And I have, from what I can tell, press some in charities that want us to help. For instance, Kids for Kids. I have a lot of siblings. I live in a very big family. And initially they said no. They said, no, we don't think you can help your students. You're like, what can you do? And I told them what we could do. I told them our accolades. I told them the idea we have for them of talking to these kids, helping these children. And they said, it's a great idea. Stay in contact. So
let me guess, you're a middle child.
Yes, actually, in the middle of 16 kids.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So that takes some discipline, some patience, when is my turn? So that's understandable. Pierre, you've got an awesome cabinet. You got some strong people to work with. How do you make it work?
Well, as you can see, they're all very forward thinkers. So, of course, conflicts arise, but I just see that it's their program. This is their organization. I am just here to oversee it all. Lardell's on the phone. Faith orchestrates the businesses. Tia writes the letters, and I just make sure everything runs smoothly.
Okay. What if there's something you don't agree with that they want to carry out or that they're carrying out?
We debate.
Okay.
And then whoever. We debate with each other, and then we'll include an independent third party, and then we'll have them decide. We lay our cases down, and then we figure out why. Not just why. We have to include evidence. We have to stand by what we say and mean what we say. My biggest argument every day is Faith, because she's so headstrong, and it's excellent with her. It's so amazing. I have the best cabinet ever. But Me personally, I'm stubborn. So if I think it and then she wants to do it a different way, I only see my way. So she has to challenge me on my authority and her own with her own team to handle a certain situation.
Okay. Well, the
And-
fact that you recognize that that is a shortcoming that really it could be channeled into a strength, but you recognize that you're headstrong. That's a wonderful thing. But I think the key is trying to channel that, and I think she's the one that's helping you
Yeah, it's all
helping
about
you do
discipline.
that,
It's all
right?
about discipline.
Okay.
I think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think before anything, before we're business partners, we're all friends. So we sit and bicker like a team of basketball students or runners. We sit and argue, but every argument we have has a positive outcome because we're helping each other. It's not like we're just arguing to argue.
Everything
Beautiful.
is for the benefit of us.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I absolutely positively love it.
Family. I like family better than
Family.
team.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, family can be a team or vice versa. That's awesome. Mr. President.
Yes.
Hearing all of this and these brilliant students, what are your thoughts?
Well, just like a village, we run similarly to where you run the organization. As a village president, we have people who are marketing and development, business development and marketing, have a village manager who manages the day-to-day. We have a board of trustees who I head, and we have discussions about issues that come before us. And as you say, they are the body. And it's really their community. It's all our communities, but it's their community as far as the board of trustees who are there elected by the citizens of the community. And so I may not agree as a president with some of the trustees that may be on the board about some issues. But again, it's about actually sitting down, debating, laying your facts out, laying the foundation of how it would affect the community overall, and actually listen to the constituents and what they may feel, and actually being able to discuss those issues and then come out as a group and agree or disagree. But always the majority wins. And so after we talk about things, and as the majority of the board say we want to move in this direction, that's the direction we move. Similar to what you guys do. You have your board that you have to listen to, but you also have the body, which may come to any one of you and say, I would like to see this happen, and it's the board that has to bring that to the majority, to the board itself. And so what I see is that you guys have a great board with great leadership. You guys are able to work together, discuss things, agree to disagree, and then move forward. The key is always to be able to move forward.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of organizations get stagnant because being headstrong, you're not really headstrong. You say, well, I'm headstrong. No, you just have an ego. And everybody at this table has an ego. And I'm going to tell you something. You'll never be ahead of a department. You'll never be ahead of a business. You'll never be ahead in politics if you don't have an ego. But you have to know when to check your ego and when to say what's best for the organization or the community. So I'm proud of you guys. I mean, you're able to really express what you feel, express your concerns, and express some of the things that you want to achieve while you're sitting at this table. And to do it at this age is very, very important, because as you move on, you're going to find out that the world gets bigger, the roadblocks you run in gets higher, but you starting with a point where you'll be able to jump over those hurdles, because the skill sets that you develop now are going to continue to work with you the rest of your lives. So I'm proud of you. I'm really happy about the program that you have here. I think that this program is going to jumpstart students to help our community, within our community, and you're developing leaders for the future. And when I say for the future, I'm not talking about 3 or 4 years from now, I'm talking about tomorrow. And because when you step out of here, you're able to really express your concerns, your desires, and what you want to achieve, not only for yourself, but for your community. So that makes me very proud to be here today in Hillcrest High School.
It's an honor to have you here today.
That. Thank you so very much.
Beautiful. Well, in closing, Mr. Brayton, the students that are a part of this program, they actually compete. And they compete on, I guess, various levels.
Yes.
If you could quickly tell us about that. And you mentioned in an off conversation that you and I had about a major competition in Orlando.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, in the next couple of weeks, we'll start prepping for what the regional competitions. It'll be at DeVry University, where they'll compete anywhere from 100, 150 competitions, from accounting to finance to marketing to TV productions. So they'll have all kinds of areas. They get to pick 2 categories. Then they can pick as many open categories.
Okay.
So if they come in the top 3 at regionals, they advance to state, which is at Oak Brook. And that's, you stay overnight there, it's 2 nights and 3 days. And then if you're in the top 3 there, you advance to Orlando, Florida for the national competition.
Beautiful.
So our goal is to become uniformed, where we can, blazers, you know, the girls wearing the same type of clothing.
Okay.
And we're trying to raise revenue.
Okay.
And that's part of the sponsorships or
Okay.
donations, you know, that we can do that, so we can look the part as well. Not only do well on the competition, but I think looking, you know, dress for success.
Beautiful.
Is what I call it.
Absolutely. Because when you look good, you feel good.
I believe that.
Exactly. And then they'll compete well. So
Yes.
I think that's, that's
this
very
class will
important.
compete very well. I'm very confident in that. They're go-getters. They're willing to pay, you know, do the extra work on their own.
Mhm.
That's what's going to take to get to the national level.
Beautiful.
They're probably gifted and academically intelligent enough right now to get to the state level.
I believe it.
But it's going to be what they're willing to work outside of the classroom to get to the national level.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Brayton.
Thank
This
you.
has been an eye-opening experience. I've
It's-
thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, Mr. President, for joining us and being an inspiration to these young people. You young people, I have no words. I am so proud of you. I just met you today, but I just feel a kindred spirit because you guys are just so bright and so brilliant. You are our future, and I can say because I met you that I'm pretty content that you guys will do okay by us, right? Thank you all so much for what you do. Village of Hazel Crest residents, Village of Hazel Crest business owners, this has been a wonderful, enlightening moment. But I want you to keep in mind that these individuals can surely use your help. Mr. Brayton talked about the upcoming competition, and I'm sure they'll make it far. But they've got some goals that they want to meet in terms of being uniform, dressing similarly during this competition so they can all be on one accord. We need your help, and I'm sure you can contact Mr. Brayton here at Hillcrest High School. He'll tell you what you need to do, but any and all help donations will be welcome. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.